All right, let's be real. Everyone and their grandma has a monstera or a snake plant these days. But what if I told you there are some seriously underrated houseplants that garden experts swear by, but barely anyone talks about? Yeah, I'm talking about the hidden gems, low maintenance, air purifying, and just straight up cool looking plants that deserve way more love. So, if you're looking to upgrade your plant game beyond the usual suspects, stick around. Here are 9 underrated houseplants that experts will never stop buying. Alright, kicking things off with a total sleeper pick, Hoya Carnosa. This plant is straight up underrated, but garden pros know it's a must-have. These leaves? Super durable. You can basically forget to water this thing for weeks, and it'll still thrive. Low effort, high reward. And check this out. When it blooms, you get these incredible little star-shaped flowers that smell amazing. Feels like a hidden bonus. Water? Not much. Just let the soil dry out between watering, and you're golden. Perfect if you're a forgetful waterer like me. So yeah, Hoya Carnosa. It's low maintenance, looks awesome, and even rewards you with flowers. Definitely deserves more love. Alright, next up, Philodendron Squamiferum. This one's a total conversation starter, but somehow hardly anyone talks about it. See these stems? They're covered in soft, almost hair-like fuzz. It's kinda wild, like nature's version of a velvet jacket. And these leaves? They give off major jungle vibes. Perfect if you want your space to look like a mini rainforest without the high maintenance. It loves a little humidity, but nothing crazy. A light misting now and then keeps it happy. Easy enough, right? Give it some bright, indirect light, and this thing will thrive. Trust me, if you want a unique, underrated philodendron, this one's a winner. Alright, next up, Dracaena Marginata. If you want a plant that looks high maintenance but actually isn't, this is the one. These thin, spiky leaves. Super cool. That red outline gives it a sharp, almost dramatic look, like nature's version of a rock star. And guess what? It barely needs water. Seriously, if you forget for a week or two, no problem. This thing is tough. It thrives in bright, indirect light, but it's also fine with lower light. Basically, as long as it's not in total darkness, it'll do just fine. Easy care, air purifying, and it gives your space a sleek, modern vibe. No wonder garden experts love this one. Alright, next up, Dracaena Fragrans. If you want a plant that practically takes care of itself, this is it. Look at these leaves, big, vibrant, and just a little bit fancy with that yellow striping. It's like a houseplant with personality. This plant doesn't need much water at all. Honestly, if you forget for a couple of weeks, no problem. Just let the soil dry out between waterings. And this thick stalk? That's why it's so hardy. It stores moisture, so even if you neglect it a little, it won't hold a grudge. Oh, and lighting? It's super flexible. Bright, indirect light is best, but it'll tolerate lower light too. Great for offices or that one corner you never know what to do with. And if you treat it right, sometimes it'll surprise you with these little fragrant flowers. Not common, but when it happens, it's awesome. Easy to care for, air purifying, and just a solid, good-looking plant. If you haven't picked up a Dracaena Fragrans yet, you're missing out. Alright, let's talk about a seriously underrated houseplant, Peperomia Obtusifolia. This little guy is tough, good-looking, and barely needs any attention. Check these out, thick, waxy, and built for survival. This plant holds water in its leaves, so overwatering? Yeah, that's the only way you can mess this one up. Feels kinda like a succulent, right? That's because it stores moisture, which means you can forget about it for a bit, and it'll be just fine. It loves bright, indirect light, but it's super adaptable. Even if your place doesn't get tons of sun, it'll still hold up. A little misting helps, but it's not picky. Low humidity, high humidity. This thing just keeps going. And the best part? It's a fast grower. Before you know it, you'll have a fuller, bushier plant without much effort. Low maintenance, tough, and great for beginners. Peperomia Obtusifolia, definitely one of the most underrated houseplants out there. All right, now we're getting into something really cool. Air plants. No soil, barely any maintenance, and they look amazing pretty much anywhere. See this? No dirt, no mess. These guys pull everything they need straight from the air, hence the name. You can put them anywhere, on wood, in a dish, even just sitting on a shelf. As long as they get some airflow, they're happy. Caring for them is easy. Just give them a misting a couple of times a week, or soak them in water for about 20 minutes every now and then. That's it. And if you're lucky, they'll even bloom. Super unique, super easy. Air plants are definitely underrated, but garden experts know they're worth it. All right, let's talk about a houseplant that deserves way more love, Jasminum Polyanthum. If you want something that looks great and smells incredible, this one's a winner. These buds? Give them a little time, and boom, they explode into these beautiful white star-shaped flowers. And the scent? Unreal. It grows fast, too. This thing loves to climb, so give it a trellis or let it drape over a shelf, and it'll take off. Light is key with this one. Bright, indirect sunlight helps it bloom like crazy. More light, more flowers, more amazing fragrance filling your home. Water it when the soil starts drying out, and that's pretty much it. Low maintenance, insanely rewarding, and honestly, one of the best plants you can have indoors. Now, if you want a houseplant that looks like living art, begonias are where it's at. Bold colors, crazy patterns. These plants bring serious personality to your space. Look at this. Silver spots on deep green leaves. It almost looks unreal. And the best part? It's way easier to care for than you'd think. These guys love bright, indirect light. Not too much sun, not too dark. Find a nice middle ground, and they'll thrive. Watering can be tricky. Keep the soil moist, but not soggy. Too much water, and you'll have drama. But get it right, and these plants will reward you with constant new growth. And guess what? Some begonias even bloom indoors. So yeah, garden experts know. These plants are seriously underrated, but totally worth it. All right, let's talk about baby orchids. Yeah, orchids get a bad rap for being high maintenance. But these little guys? They're way easier than people think. Look at these blooms. Tiny, delicate, but long-lasting. If you care for them right, they'll keep flowering for months. See these thick green roots? That's how you know it's happy. These little guys don't like sitting in soggy soil. Good drainage is key. Orchids love humidity, so a little misting here and there goes a long way. And when it comes to watering, once a week, maybe less. Easy. They may be small, but baby orchids pack a punch. Gorgeous, low maintenance, and perfect for any plant lover. No wonder garden experts keep coming back for these. And there you have it, 9 underrated houseplants that garden experts swear by. These beauties are easy to care for, unique, and totally worth adding to your collection. Which one's your favorite? Let me know in the comments. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss out on more plant tips. All right, happy planting, and I'll see you in the next one.